What up, everybody? It's your boy DFSUpNorth, aka Josh Thomas, here with a Sunday night football breakdown. We got a great game tonight. I'm actually very excited for this one. It is 49ers and the Falcons. To be honest, though, I got this all set up today. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm recording this. I got everything set up, was ready to record, like literally almost hit the go live button and realized that I had everything set up for the Monday night game, which I'm also extremely excited for. I am really ready for that Lions and Buccaneers game tomorrow night. The Seahawks Texans is sort of but we get a 2-game slate, which I do like. Or if you're playing the primetime slate tonight, it's Sunday, you get the 3-gamer. Really like a good 3-gamer for that. But Kevin and Bobby will be back tomorrow to cover that Monday night slate, right? They'll probably do the whole 2-game thing. Talk a little bit about Showdown, but you have my Showdown sheet for that. And I want to say Madness or Bob or somebody's doing the late game. So I think it's Bob. All right. And he's probably sharper than me. So you're going to want to pay attention to that cheat sheet as well. But today, ladies and gentlemen, what am I doing here? We've got the Bucks, or not the Bucks, the 49ers and the Falcons. I almost did it again. We get a 47-point total, 2-point spread. So we are expecting this to be a tight game. And we've got, the Falcons are one of the best pass defenses in the NFL right now. The 49ers are just sort of so-so. But yeah, so we've got, I think we're going to see, and what everybody is expecting to see, is the battle of the running backs here. The 49ers are dealing with lots and lots and lots of injuries, but they do get George Kittle back, so that's one thing to note. So they do get George Kittle back, which I think helps quite a bit. But then we've got, the Mac Jones banged up, right? Juwan Jennings apparently has 5 injured ribs, right? So I do think we see lots and lots of running backs in this matchup, and to be honest, as I was sort of building, it is tough. There's a couple of guys that you really want to get in your lineup, right? So you want CMC, Bijan Robinson, and Drake London, right? Those are sort of your 3 studs. The way the builds are going to go this week, I think that you can get there without a QB. All right. I am likely going no QB in lots of lineups. Now, if I'm thinking that, that's what the rest of the field is probably thinking too. So we could potentially get a little bit sneaky by going double QB. I think there will be very, very few double QB lineups. I think people expect this game to be a bit high scoring, 47-point total. So if you want to get a little tricky, you can go defenses. The one guy that's like close to a core play for me that I'm trying to get in lots of my lineups that's not named Bijan, Christian McCaffrey, or Drake London is Eddie Pinheiro. He is the kicker for the 49ers, arguably their best offensive player right now. I think that he is super, super sneaky. But Kendrick Bourne, obviously, people like him. He's been playing great. So don't sleep on guys like that. But yeah, the 3 here, Bijan, Christian, Drake, are the guys that I am really trying to get in my lineups. So let's talk a little bit. Let's break it down here. We're going to talk about FanDuel first, the MVP. Remember, we are only getting a half-point PPR. But Bijan's ceiling is just so freaking high, guys. Like, I get that the price is expensive. We're going to look at how to build here in a second. But yeah, it's insane. I'm not sure what's going on with the DFS Army website. I don't know why it does this all the time. It could be, honestly, it's probably not the DFS Army website. It is probably my computer, but it's going to kick me back again to, there we go. Oh no, that's Monday. That's Monday. It's going to kick me back to the beginning here, but yeah. All right. So Bijan ceiling monster, right? Like it's, here's the thing with him at the MVP or the captain, you might have to take a 0. And I think that could potentially be the way to get it done tonight. If your dud gets a reception for 7 yards, that's probably going to be enough to maybe get you over the hump here with those Bijan lineups. Like I said, we'll show you here in a second what that looks like when we are building. We talked about CMC. Like, he might get 30 touches. This defense been dominant against the pass. It's been good against the run, but not great. I don't see how you go wrong with CMC. Drake London's my guy. Without Mooney, he's legit one of the best in the NFL. Mooney should play tonight. Raheem Morris said he feels good about it. But you know, we could see, I think Drake London have another 10 target game, which again, the ownership is probably going to be a little bit lower for him, as we can see here. Let's sort by ownership in the MVP, right? You get that smash for McCaffrey and Robinson, and then 7% for Drake London. I think Jones is fine. You know, this is a tough tough pass defense. We've got Penix, Kyle Pitts. I think Kyle Pitts is maybe a sneaky MVP captain play. I'm gonna have a decent amount of him, like at 2.83%. I can go 10% and just 5x the field, right? I'm not good at math, but 4.5x. Kittle, I think Kittle being back is huge. They said he's not going to be on a pitch count, but they're going to sort of work him around. But those cheaper guys, I think in the captain or MVP slot, we're talking about FanDuel right now, MVP, can get you there. Talked about how it's tough to get the running backs. I love Eddie Pinheiro. You could go Pinheiro in the MVP. I don't think he probably happens there. I think he's maybe a better chance in the captain. Juwan Jennings dealing with some injuries, but he's due. We talked about Kendrick Bourne, right? He's a smash play. Guys have been loving him. But where are we at here? 17% ownership. Like, that's not that high. Darnell Mooney, again, he's dealing with a hamstring, which I don't love, but could get there. We saw it last week when we broke down this game. I talked about, on Monday night in my sheet, I talked about, let's go double running back, right? Algier, however you say his last name, and Bijan Robinson. So I think you can go there again. The ownership is a little bit higher here because he did score last week. So not in love. I do love the Falcons defense. I'm not in love with the 49ers defense, although Penix can turn it over. Robinson, there's just not enough to go around. Brian Robinson, Demarcus Robinson, though, now MBS is hurt. They actually, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, they put him on the IR and then cut him, which I think means he still gets paid. So kind of like a James Franklin deal, not a bad idea, but he still gets paid and can sign with somebody else. So good for you, MBS. You're slower than dirt, but hey, whatever. Brian Robinson, there's just not enough to go around. Sky Moore is an intriguing name because, again, MBS out. He should get some more work. Casey Washington was in the smash spot of smash spots without Mooney and got 0 receptions last week. So, I do think he gets more work here. Again, I think he's fine. Charlie Warner, backup tight end that blocks primarily. I think Kyle Juszczyk's interesting. Kadarius Dodge, we got like lots of turds on here. Maybe the one guy I'm really intrigued by is Jordan Watkins if they give him a little bit more work. Felipe Franks could potentially get you a like tush-push touchdown. And if he does that, then he's almost assured into the nuts. Jamal Agnew might get a little bit more work. Russell Gage, Malik Turner, 2 guys that could get activated off the practice squad we need to watch. But so let's build a lineup on FanDuel, right? So we had a conversation here a minute ago about how difficult it is to fit these guys in. Let me share my tab. So if we go MVP Bijan, right? Nice slide over here. That means that we've got 7, 9, 8 left. All right. Let's just load up the studs and see what it looks like. Let's go. Boom. Boom. I got like barely 4,900 per player left. If I'm being honest, probably can make that work. All right. You got guys like Kyle Pitts, massively underpriced. Okay. Who else can we play down here? Demarcus Robinson's intriguing. We talked about Juszczyk. We talked about, like, if you want to go funky here with like Watkins, he's mega cheap. Oh, Felipe Franks is questionable, I guess, here. Like a Jordan Watkins, rookie, likely making his debut. All right. Now, I talked about how, we might have a 0 here, right? Let's get up here on this. And that's fine, right? All right. Where do I get over here? And now we can get Pinheiro. Boom. That's a great lineup. Okay. So it's not impossible, guys, to play this sort of build, right? Look at Pinheiro here. I'm going to bring him up on the sheet. Okay. Made all 4, made his own extra point. Like, this is a good defense. I think that the Falcons are going to stop the run. They're going to do their best to sell out and stop CMC, and we could potentially see him have a pretty big day here, kicking a bunch of field goals, 2 of which over 50 yards last week. Like, that's insane. So, you know, you can punt, I think, a guy like a Pinheiro. Oh, I lost my screen. I think you can absolutely do that this week. It's not like you, especially if you are smashing those 3 guys. I don't think you need a quarterback, even though it's maybe a little bit more likely that one comes in on FanDuel. But if I can get to it, bring up the cheat sheets again. Let me see if I can get to my DraftKings cheat sheet, and we'll talk a little bit about there. It is tougher. All right. To build over there this week. Oh, I can't. There we go. All right. I do have Kendrick Bourne in the mix here. I do think the PPR makes a difference on DraftKings in terms of who you are going to play. But it's sort of the same thing. Bijan, Christian McCaffrey. I really like the $3,000 discount on Drake London over here with the PPR. He is my favorite captain play this week. Don't sleep on Kendrick Bourne. Mac Jones is fine. Let's see if there's any other values over here. Like I said, I love me some Eddie Pinheiro. Love me some Falcons D, right? I think you can play Falcons D in primarily what I want to play Falcons D in is in these lineups that are maybe like a CMC captain. All right. And you're thinking, why? Because if Falcons D is going to get there, they got to score. If the Falcons D scores, then 49ers get the ball right back, right? So I think that is sort of the strategy that we want to employ here. You know, you can punt when we talk about punt guys, right down here, you could punt a guy like a Jamal Agnew as a returner and pair him with the Falcons D and try to get that double dip, baby. The other guy that I think that is puntable, that's just not getting a lot of ownership, and not puntable in the sense that he's cheap, but Jake Tongas. Like, Kittle's back, but Tongas is going to play, right? And at 1% owned, I am absolutely, like, I'm building the DS. I am absolutely getting 5% of him. Kadarius Hodge should get some work. We talked about Sky Moore, Algier, Demarcus Robinson. Yeah, fine. He's likely going to probably start or step into a bigger role here with MVS out. I do like Kittle quite a bit. Pinheiro's kind of my guy here. Let's build over here with London as your nuts capitan. And then let's try to get the duds in, or the studs in. Sorry. Oh, not Brock Purdy. We're not playing Brock Purdy here. We go CMC, right? Now we have 3,500 left. Not great. Okay. We can get a Casey Washington. We can get Kyle Juszczyk, Sky Moore. We talked about Nathan Carter's going to play a little bit. Talked about Watkins. Talked about Agnew. If we built this like Agnew, no, I don't want to build that there. I would say if I switched McCaffrey and London, then I would probably go with that Agnew Falcons D. Let's say we're going to play Jake Tongas. I got 3,000 left. You got to go a dud here. You got to go a dud. Jordan Watkins. What's the news on Watkins? What are they saying here? No injury designation. He's had a calf injury. Healthy scratch. There's no guarantee he'll be active, right? Chance to suit up. Pearsall's out. Did Malik Turner get elevated? Yep, they elevated him. So he's going to be in the game. I do prefer Watkins if he's active. Let's go Casey or that's the wrong Washington. Sorry. Got to be careful there on that. Let's go Sky Moore. Let's say Sky Moore is going to catch a pass here. And now we got 5,300. That should get me to Eddie Boy. Oh, all right. Let's go off of Tongas and go to Falcons D. I mean, oh, guys, I've been watching this the whole time. And I've been on DraftKings building this lineup the whole time. And now we're here. All right. So I like lineup. If you were to go like CMC, it's much harder. Let's do an Eddie Pinheiro captain and see what that looks like. Like, let's say, yeah, I like the Falcons D in there with that. That means that they're balling. Let's get, let's go. Can I get London, CMC, can't get Penix, obviously. And like a DeMarcus Robinson. Kind of like that lineup, right? That works. So let's go back to the cheat sheet again. I think that you're just gonna want to rotate those 3 guys in with you're in the DS, right? I'm gonna go a decent amount of captains tonight, 5, 6, just because I think that guys can play. All right. So and you know, even in like a 20 max, I know that Geek talks about like the hey, we want to you know, we want to do the 1 or 2 guys and whatever. And like for me, I don't mind spreading it out a little bit. I'm just trying to hit on one of them because again, showdown is usually guys a losing proposition, right? 90% of the time, you're just trying to get those 2 or 3 times a year where you were either close to the nuts or on the nuts, right? Close to the nuts in those smaller contests, on the nuts in the bigger one, that makes you profitable in showdown. So that's what I got for you. Peace, guys. I'll be in the Discord once we get the inactives and things like that. We'll chat about it and we'll help you guys come up with some lineups. So have a great day, guys. Peace.